Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be a dating horror story. I'm also going to be talking to you guys while I put this look on my face. So make sure to comment down below if you're feeling this look. If you are new to my channel, I do clothing hauls, dating horror stories, as well as I do lifestyle vlogs, typically on Sundays. So if any of that interests you and you want to learn more about me or become one of my besties, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button so that the algorithm will even know that I exist. All right, guys, let's get into this. FYI, this is the Malibu Barbie and ColourPop collaboration. I will link the vlog where I kind of unboxed and unpacked this, so I won't be showing it again, but I will be actually using everything. And we'll discuss, of course, the finish and everything once I'm done, but mainly, I know what you guys are here for. So if you saw my first dating horror story, it was a blind date, and I really hope you guys did not think that that was the only blind date your girl has been on. Unfortunately, no, it isn't. This blind date was actually facilitated as another how can I put it, another favor for another homegirl. Almost every time I'm in a blind date situation, it is almost always because of a homegirl. So my friend was telling me that she had met this guy on her way to my house. He was handsome. She wanted to hang out with him tonight, but she knew that we were hanging out. So she was like, is it possible if we go hang out with him and his friend? We didn't actually have like any plans or anything, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So I was like, okay, I can do that. I can go hang out with him, well, with your new guy and his friend, and it was actually in the same city that I live in. Now I don't have to worry about being far from home or anything like that. I'm like, well, tell me a little bit of something about him. Like, have you seen the friend? She's like, yeah, I actually saw him. He was with the guy that I met when I met him, and I actually saw him first. So I didn't believe her, because if she saw him first, that would have been the person that she would have kind of been gunning for, but whatever. He's really cute. She was like, he reminds me of Eazy-E. Now, two things wrong with that. Eazy-E is fine, don't get me wrong. I personally think Eazy-E is fine. But Eazy-E died wearing a jerry curl. So if someone says he looks like Eazy-E, it's like, is it his facial features? Is it his like attire? Is it like his attitude? Like, what's giving you Eazy-E vibes, right? I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to be dealing with some thug. She's like, no. He's not no thug. He's into music. He's a music producer. So, which in LA, child police, everybody movie producer. So you guys, I get cute, okay? I get super cute. Put on my best attire, because according to her, this guy is very handsome, and ooh, the one she saw first, so I better step my game up, right? So, of course, they offered to come pick us up, and I told her, I said, actually, I don't want them knowing where I am. It's really close. Let's just walk. That way, if we want to leave, you know, we can walk back. I said, also, we have a reason not to stay late because we walked, right? And she's like, okay, all right, that's cool. It was literally, guys, like a 10-minute walk. And that's like walking slow. Like, put it this way, you could easily do the walking heels. So we walk over there, and when we get there, it is a big, huge house. Like, I mean, you can literally tell by how many windows there are that it had to be at least a 4 or 5 bedroom house, and that's just not trying to put extras on it. It was really huge and like kind of tucked away. So I'm like, okay, maybe homeboy really is a music producer. Like, this is a really nice house. We go in, and this is the thing. What got me about the decor was the decor screamed older Black woman. And I can't explain to you what older Black woman decor looks like. It's not a bad thing. It's just when you walk in, you're like, oh, okay, a Black woman lives here, and she's the one who decorated, and she's very much present. That's the vibe that I got. So when we walked in, you know, everything's nice. The house is really nice. And he's like, I'm gonna go get some drinks and some alcohol and everything. You guys can go ahead and go to the game room. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'll go to the game room. And he's like, my homeboy's in there waiting. I'm like, all right, okay. My friend's like, I'm gonna help him with the drinks, which automatically irritates me because it's like, girl, we are like literally in the entryway, and you are leaving me to go find this mystery man. I'll leave. Like, push come to shove, everybody pissed me off, I'll leave, and everybody knew that about me. Still to this day, I told y'all, I will leave. Ask my family, ask my friends. You will look up, and I'll be saying deuces and walking out the door. It means nothing to me. I will leave in a minute before I'm uncomfortable, before I have an altercation, before I exude any energy I don't need to. I will bounce, okay? So I walk towards the back. Keep in mind, they didn't give me any direction on where this game room is, but I use context clues. As I'm walking down the hall, majority of the doors are closed. Ones that are open are, you know, bathrooms maybe, or like a laundry room, but it's pretty dark all down the hallway. So I got my keys in between my knuckles, like somebody come running up on me, bing, bing, they finna get shanked, they finna get stabbed with the keys, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know if y'all need a tutorial on that. I'll show you how to shank somebody with your key. Now let's be clear, if there's bodies floating around that look like they've been shanked by a key, it don't mean it was me. I'm just telling you, I know how to utilize that movement. So as I approach what I believe to be the game room, I get in there, and it's jet black. All you could see are like the lights of like the cable box, like with the time, maybe like a red dot from like a radio. You really can't see anything. So I don't know if like anybody's in here. So I'm like, okay, this can't be the game room because nothing's going on here. So I kind of stick my head in, and I see, I kid you not, off in the distance, somebody sitting in a chair like this, right? And they have a baseball cap on, and I can't see the hair, but I can see volume from the hat, and they're sitting here, and I see just like a little bit of smoke. So giving me Eazy-E vibes, right? So I'm like, does homeboy look like Eazy-E? Because this seems like that's what we're going, or at least he's playing the role, right? So I'm like, are you? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And I'm like, oh, like, where are the lights? Like, do you need some time to yourself? Like, what's really going on? And he's like, oh, no, my bad. I was just chilling, vibing, smoking, and I didn't know you was here already. Have a seat. I'm gonna turn the lights on and everything. Have a seat? I can't see see, bruh. How am I finna come in and have a seat? I literally can't see the ground in front of me. So this is how you know I was young. Despite the fact that I couldn't see, normally I would have been like, nah, you need to get up, turn the lights on, like, let's do this. But trying to like fumble through and tripping and like, okay, something hit my pinky toe. Like, I'm already getting over it, right? So I feel and I sit down. So he's still over there like in the corner. So he's like, oh, okay, tell me about yourself. And I'm thinking to myself, why are we doing this in the dark? Like, why haven't you gotten up and turned on the light easy? Like, we want easy. Where you at? Okay, so that is the hot pink in the color, because the hot pink shade in here. Because let's face it, you can't do an eye look in the Barbie palette and not use pink, am I right? I said, you know, I'm sorry. I was like fumbling my work. I'm like, I'm sorry. Can you turn on the lights? Like, so homeboy gets up and turns on the lights. I want to apologize right now to all friends, family, associates of Eazy-E for even saying that this dude looks like him. Not only is it disrespectful, it's delusional. First of all, homeboy was clearly like, double my age. I was like 21. Yeah, I was 21. And he was probably like a good 45. Like, off top, good 45. Not attractive at all. Jerry curl in a hat, in case you missed that part. But I said to myself, I'm not gonna be mean. Clearly this is why he had the light off. Okay, maybe we should have left it off. So the whole time that we're talking, I'm like, he's like, how old are you? I'm like, 21. I'm like, how old are you? And he's like, oh, I'm 28. In dog years? Well, explain to me what you do for a living and why has life been so hard on you? Because you're not 28. Like, I know what 28 looks like. You're not 7 years older than me. You are not 7 years older than me. So homeboy proceeds to tell me that he's 28. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, you know, sure, buddy. And every time he talks, he's like, yeah, you know, X, Y, and Z, and hold on one second. And he gets up and he leaves the room, okay? So I'll be sitting there, do. My friend comes in there and she goes, hey, we're sitting in the front room, just so you know, FYI. I said, oh, okay. You know, have your little time with your little homeboy. You can stay in there, I'm good. She's like, okay, you know, just let me know, blah, blah, blah. I ain't say nothing. She basically wanted to see if I was gonna be like, girl, what is this? This ain't no Eazy-E. I'm not even giving you the satisfaction. You know what you did. You know. So he comes back and he sits down. He's like, yeah, my bad. But yeah, like I was saying, whoop-de whoop whoop, X, Y, and Z, just real generic conversation, right? Before he can finish the thought of that conversation, there's okay, hold on one second. Gets back up, leaves again. I don't know what's going on here. So at this point, I'm over it. I'm like, okay, he keep getting up. I don't know what's going on. Is he waiting for somebody to bust off in here and rob us? Like, I'm always thinking the worst. Can't help it. That's just me. I'm always thinking the worst. So I'm like, if he get up and he leave one more time, I'm leaving too. Like, so I guess he kind of sensed that he was leaving a little bit too much. He legit left like maybe 4 or 5 times and then would come right back. And every time he came back, he'd be like, yeah, Yeah, like real nervous. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and get stabbed, robbed. I'm not gonna have a police break in. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you feeling some type of way, but I was like, you know what? I think that's a wrap. The last time he got up and came back in. So homeboy comes back in, and now this time like he happy, like he feel like he relaxing, like he can bring his mojo out now, right? So I'm like, okay, his mood has clearly changed. Like, did he just hit the lotto? Like, did he finally find his phone charger he was looking for? Like, whatever. So homeboy comes back in and proceeds to try to sit next to Mawar. Like, yeah, so what's up? Oh, no. What about this interaction? You getting up every 5 minutes, you lying about your age. What about this makes you think like that now we're at the point where you're gonna sit down next to me and think that we finna, like what? I don't know what you thought, but the closest you were gonna get, my boo, was across the room. So I was like, gotta play it to the left, homeboy. He's like, oh, you don't like me? I said, it's not that I don't like you. I said, you're too old for me. Man, I'm not too old for you. You can tell yourself what age you are, but what you're not gonna do is try to convince me that you're that age. Even if he was that age, it wasn't happening. So, homeboy's like, oh man, is it because I was busy? Like, no, because I be checking on stuff and I be having to do stuff. No, boo, it's not because you were busy. You could have been busier, and I probably would have liked that a little bit more, but no, it's not because you were busy. So I was like, you know, you cool and all, but I gotta go. I got things to do, gotta bounce. So I go outside and I tell my homegirl, like, I'm ready to go. She was like, looking at me like she was surprised. Like she really thought I was gonna like him. That's when I said, I can't be mad at you. Because you really, in your mind, thought that I was gonna like this dude. And she's like, oh, okay, all right. So we leave. As soon as we get it within walking distance, I'm like, girl, why on earth did you tell me that this fool looked like Eazy-E? Why on earth did you think that I was gonna date somebody 45, 50 years old? Like, don't get me wrong, I like older men, but he was not that type of older man. He was not a zaddy, let's be clear, okay? She's like, oh, you know, I don't think that was the friend that was with him. Girl, yes it is, because you said he looked like Eazy-E. And I know you was just saying that because he had a jerry curl. That is the same dude that you saw. And she's like, yeah, now that you mention. So here's the crazy part. So I have a cousin that's in the music business. And he, at the time, was living in Oakland, but came down to LA. And he was staying with us while he was in LA. One day he's like, oh yeah, I'm finna go. I met this dude. He's a producer. I'm finna try to see if we can work together. And he's coming to pick me up. I'm like, oh, okay, not thinking nothing of it. Then, so I didn't really want to tell my cousin, like, I went on a date with that dude because he would have flipped out because the dude was actually older than my cousin. So I waited some time. They hung out a couple of times. And then one day I told my cousin the story and he just started cracking up laughing. He's like, yeah, he's like, all my boys, we all call him Eazy-E. And I was like, yeah, y'all need to stop because he's starting to think he that dude and he not. And basically he told me that the reason why he probably was doing like the come and leave is because he stays with his mother and he's not allowed to have company. So he was probably getting up several times to see if she was up or if she was gonna come downstairs. And the reason why everything was so pitch black and dark was because, like, I guess he was trying to make her think he was like asleep so that she wouldn't come downstairs. But like all started making sense once I was talking to my cousin. But I say all that to say, guys, follow your instincts. Your instincts are never wrong, okay? I knew, one, when my friend told me, oh, he looked like Eazy-E, I saw him first, but talked to the other guy, that it was not gonna end well. Two, I knew when I approached and the room was jet black and he wouldn't show himself that something was up. And I knew there was more to the story when he kept getting up, kept getting up, kept getting up. But what are your 20s if not to have these crazy experiences, right? I continued to see him over the years. Every time I went to the store, I would see him. He hung out with my cousin for a while, and he always kind of had like this kind of like awkward energy around me, because it's like, bruh, you older than my cousin and you really tried to say you was 28, like, so clearly you was not trying to have nothing long term with me. You was just trying to get in where you fit in, but your girl's too smart for that. So that is one of my blind date horror stories. Luckily, nothing happened. Luckily, I didn't call myself sleeping with homeboy, and then he knew my cousin, and then my cousin would be like, what? Like, everything happens for a reason. Now, as far as the makeup look, I did use 3 colors from this palette, all of the pinks. So, I used the dark pink, the medium pink, and the light pink. So all 3 pinks. The lashes that I'm wearing are the lashes that come with the collection, the Barbie doll lashes. I actually brought them more over to the inside of my eye so that more of the fan could be towards the middle, because to me that's a little bit more doll-like. That's how I choose to wear them, but you can also choose to wear them more over to this side and have the fan go out that way. Up to you, but to me this was more doll-like. The lippies are everything. They're duo kits, so like I said in my other video, you get a pencil for each lipstick, and I chose to use Golden Beach. So Golden Beach all over. Then I used the Golden Beach liner, and then I went over with a dark liner on the outside, just so that it wouldn't kind of like wash me out. If I had to pick something that was my favorite in the whole collection, it would have to be the highlights. Y'all, if you don't get anything, if you don't order anything, order this highlight. Get you that highlight. That highlight is everything. So that is all I have for you guys. Make sure to like, leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you guys have any horrible blind date stories, and trust me, I have more. I will be back with some more clothing hauls, of course, and as always, love ya, mean it, bye.